You know that one person who never loses their cool? The one who stays weirdly calm when everyone else is exploding? We usually call them patient, zen, maybe even enlightened. But neuroscience just revealed something that flips that entire assumption on its head. Turns out, people who never get angry aren't necessarily more emotionally evolved than you. In fact, what's happening in their brain might be the exact opposite of what you think. And once you understand the real mechanism behind this, you'll never look at anger the same way again. Because the truth? It's not about control at all. Here's where it gets interesting. Researchers at University College London spent 5 years studying emotional regulation patterns, and they discovered something wild. The people who rarely display anger don't actually feel less of it. Their amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, fires just as intensely as everyone else's when faced with frustrating situations. So what's different? Why does one person explode while another stays silent? The answer lies in something psychologists call emotional granularity, but it's not what that fancy term suggests. See, most of us experience anger as this monolithic force. It just hits us. But people who never seem angry? They're actually experiencing something entirely different in that moment. Their brain is processing multiple micro-emotions simultaneously, emotions so subtle that anger never gets the chance to dominate. Think about that for a second. While you're feeling one overwhelming emotion, they're feeling 7 quieter ones. But here's the part that researchers didn't expect, the part that changes everything. When they did follow-up studies measuring stress hormones, heart rate variability, and long-term health outcomes, they found something deeply unsettling. The people who never expressed anger weren't healthier. In fact, many showed higher levels of cortisol, increased inflammation markers, and more cardiovascular strain than people who expressed anger appropriately. James Gross at Stanford calls this emotional suppression cost, and it's brutal. Your body keeps the score even when your face doesn't show it. One participant in their study, a 34-year-old teacher known for his endless patience, developed stress-induced hypertension within 2 years. His colleagues praised his calm demeanor daily. His cardiovascular system was quietly deteriorating. So if never getting angry isn't the superpower we thought it was, what's actually happening? Why do some people instinctively choose this pattern, and what's driving that choice? The real reason traces back to something called threat response conditioning. Between ages 3 and 7, we learn whether expressing anger is safe. Children who grow up in environments where anger leads to abandonment, punishment, or chaos learn to deactivate that response entirely. It's not discipline. It's survival adaptation. Their nervous system literally rewires to perceive anger as more dangerous than the situation causing it. Psychology professor Dr. Kristin Neff explains it perfectly. These individuals aren't choosing calmness, they're choosing the lesser threat. Their brain has calculated that showing anger will cost them more than swallowing it, so they've automated the suppression response. And here's what makes this really important to understand: this isn't happening consciously. By adulthood, it's become so automatic they genuinely believe they just aren't angry people. But your body never forgets what your mind suppresses. That anger doesn't disappear, it converts into anxiety, depression, chronic pain, and dozens of physical symptoms that seem unrelated. Medical journals are now filled with cases of somatization, where unexpressed anger manifests as actual illness. The person who never gets angry often becomes the person who's mysteriously always sick. So here's what matters: if you're someone who never gets angry, you're not broken. But you might be paying a price you can't see yet. The healthiest people aren't the ones who never feel anger, they're the ones who've learned to feel it, understand it, and express it constructively. Not suppression. Not explosion. Integration. Because anger isn't the enemy. It's information. It tells you when boundaries are crossed, when something matters, when action is needed. The goal was never to eliminate it. The goal is to let it move through you without letting it control you. That's the real difference.